Now let's talk about like a manager. With all the things that I've said, is your manager gonna be your homie? I mean, with all the layers that I've talked about, how are you gonna choose your manager? Is the manager gonna be the guy that like is always seeing you, hanging out with you? The guy that's literally like always just, when you're at a party, he's the one that just goes, yeah, hey, you must listen to my guy. How are you gonna choose your manager now? All of a sudden, it's not about the music anymore. It becomes highly, highly driven by academics. It becomes highly driven by like who is your team and how flexible are they to change when things change. And when there are new pages in this contract, who's ready to read those new pages? And because back then we were selling vinyls or we were selling CDs or we were selling tapes, now it's streaming. When streaming is about to come 2-3 years ago, is your manager going to have meetings with the streaming companies to go, what's next? When the new business becomes a tape. I'll give an example. We used to sit back then and go, okay, this is how easy it was to almost calculate your royalty. We used to go, okay, so they're selling our CD for 45 rand to Musica, ne? And then Musica's gonna put 100% markup, so it's probably gonna be 90 rand. So for Tina, I think they called it, we go, let's say if we had an artist deal or whatever, we go 45 rand, and then minus all expenses, and it's sold, and you calculate 20,000 CDs, you could go 45 rand times 20,000. Oh, no, gold at the time is 25,000. 45 rand times 25,000, and then you get to a total. And then you start minusing, okay, minus 1, 2, 3, and this is our percentage. It was simple mathematics if you knew what the line items were. Today, you can't even count how you're making money. Today they telling you that like for 1,000,000 streams you get so much, and you're like, damn. Now, if you're gonna get 1,000,000 streams, if you're gonna drop 10,000 songs, now you're counting how many songs you've dropped. Just so each one of them can be streamed maybe 1,000 times or something. So what does that mean? What's the dynamic? Now I've got my manager now. If I'm your manager right now, I'd say, yo, do you really want to make music? Or do you really want to create in this environment? And if your answer is yes, I'm going to tell you, okay, just sit in the studio. Stay low and keep firing. Never ask. Just sit and keep pushing out the music while I go figure it out on how you're going to make money. Because your money now is not going to come from the record sale. Your money now is going to come from your relationships. Your manager starts becoming your relationship manager. Your manager starts becoming okay, Old Mutual called us in today to do what we need to do. Your manager starts going, oh, you need to come to this talk. Your manager starts sitting here and going, Josh, when Josh is here, after Josh is done speaking, goes, Josh, so this guy. And Josh goes, no, you got to go there. And then, he goes there, and he does the follow-up. And when a deal comes through, your manager's the one that must manage the diva in you. If your manager is not doing that, if all your manager's doing is sitting in the studio with you going, yo, those bars, dope. Man, that person's not necessary, I mean, your manager just needs to believe in you, firstly. That's all. But then your manager has to have every other skill. And I mean, at least he must know what a hit is also. But he has to have every other skill than saying that he can make music and saying that he loves music. Because most managers just say that I just love music, you know? I just love music. No, bro, don't play. This ain't a game. And that's why I want to go back to the tomato. Decide, are you going to be eating for fun in your house? Or you're going to take your tomato and know that you're going up against Woolworths, you're going up against Pick and Pay, you're going up against everyone else that sells tomatoes. How are you going to price your tomato? What makes your tomato the tomato, tamati? I mean, what makes your tomato that important? And this music thing that you have, and that's why it's so hard to calculate, it's a gift. You know, you don't have to, for me, I go, if you can't create music, it's just not in you. You know, if you don't have melodies that just play in your head and words that just come, which are related to your life, it's not in you. It's not in you. You must, if it's in you, it will find you. It will find you. You'll be walking and you'll just go, zing, zing, zing. And you go, what the hell did I say? You know? You'll hear a melody and go, and then you go, did I hear that from somebody before I record it? Because they might say I bit it. No, it sounds like me. If those things are not frequently happening in your head, where I'm saying, even if I haven't commercially and mainstream made a song, I can't tell you how many days, every day, I'm like, and then I literally pull out my phone and I record. Zing, 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 zing. And I say, one day, I'll go back to the studio. You know, because I've accepted that music has taken me, but, you know, I don't really want to, I don't want to frustrate myself with trying, and this is my decision. I don't want to frustrate myself by trying to be a successful musician and take away the love that I have for music. So I'd rather try to do other things, but still bring in music in my life through those other things that I do. And that's a decision that I've made, you know? So that's why I always go, you always got to define yourself. Are you in it to sell it? And if you're in it to sell it, you got to know if you're going up against Woolworths, what's your packaging looking like? You know? If you're going up against Pick and Pay, what's your price looking like? If you're going up against ShopRite, who's the person that's putting you out there and speaking on your behalf? Because if your manager speaks on your behalf all the time and you hear him and you cringe, then he's the wrong person. You know what I mean? So all these things are very key when you get into the music industry because, I mean, it's easy for me to give you the terminology, the type of deals, the publishing, the this, the that. All those things are easy to give. You can even read them and Google them, you know? I mean, a kid called me last night and he said he got my number from someone, and I don't even know who. You know, when they say, yo, I got your number from, and I'm like, okay, I don't know who that is too, but like, okay, continue, you know? And he called me like last week, and I couldn't speak to him, but he called me again last night. And he's like, so I said, listen, I'm not in the music business industry where I'm finding artists anymore. And then he goes, oh, okay, cool, thank you. Then he calls me again, 30 minutes, sorry to bother you again. I just wanted to actually ask, can you link me with other people, you know, that do this? And I said to him, yo, bro, you've called me 3 times and you've got my number. You haven't even sent me one song. What you should be saying to me is, listen to what I do. Because I'm going to link you with anyone. But I haven't even heard. You so in a rush to be in front of someone that can help you, you're not going, yo, my tomato is dope though. Because if you literally came here and said, my tomato is dope, instead of you going, yo, can you help me? I got this tomato. You know, I got this tomato. How much do you believe in your tomato? So I literally said to him, yo, B, I'm in 100 with you. I mean, I don't know him, but but I'm 100. If you got my phone number, I'm going to tell you the truth. Firstly, because you're calling me at 7:30. So I'm like, I want to tweet it though, like KO. But like the thing is that I'll literally I told him, I said, B, you should be sending me your music. Now, okay, then he sends me the 3 songs, and can you listen to them? I say, yeah, just send me the songs and I'll listen to them when I listen to them. But the point is that everybody thinks that like being in the industry is something. There's no such thing as being in the industry. There's no such thing as being in the industry. You are a creative. And if your stuff has value, and if your stuff is different, and if you fight for your stuff, you are positioned, the industry will position itself for you. You know? We with Squatter Camp, there was no Squatter Camp. There was no hip hop besides like Prophets of the City, Black Noise. From a mainstream perspective, there was no hip hop. We had to fight so the industry could position itself for us. The only way you're going to survive in this industry is if you literally create from the heart, and then you have the right people and your mind knowing how to position the industry for yourself. There is no such thing as a bad deal. The only bad deal is if someone gives you a deal and you keep quiet and the deal was bad. If someone gives you a deal and you literally like read through the deal and you question 1, 2, 3, 4, you are literally shaping a good deal. Anyone giving you a deal is always looking on their side. So don't be mad after 3 years and said, I got a bad deal, when you literally like got the agreement and you said, let's go. I mean, if I'm in it for the money, some people don't have the ethics, but you literally make the deal that you have, just like you make what's going to happen for you during the day in any case. So remember, if you literally don't see the value in yourself, if you don't see the value in your tomato, someone else will literally see it